Hey, yo, this is Cash on the Hood with your host, Jason Sauer. I'm here with my main man, Steven Sickles. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, share, all that for Cash on the Hood.
Right now.
Yeah, please. All right, so we film and record here at StudioME in East Liberty, and our man Brian Cottington is behind the decks. He's got the Cinema Psycho show, and of course, Steven has the Revved Up Garage Cast. To my right, who do we got?
TY.
Got Camerin, Camo Nesbit, my bad, a.k.a. Camo Customs.
My brother don't know his name, but my name is DS Kinsell.
And Steven.
So, Cash on the Hood is about art, hustle, and a little bit of demolition derby. So, I want to talk this episode about how Mr. DS Kinsell became a national treasure. Help us out. Ta-da, please.
No, I have to be honest. It is not me individually or as a person. It's the work that I do. I run a art gallery alongside Thomas Agnew. It's called Boom Concepts. Last year, we were recognized as an American cultural treasure, along with about 15 other organizations in this region. We're really excited. It's a national recognition, so there are a few regions around the country that have this award and recognition. It's not something we apply for. It's just like, when people see you doing the work, they hit you with something. So, shout out to philanthropy. You dig? The big dogs writing the checks and writing the grants. This is through the Ford Foundation and the Heinz Endowments, so a national and a local philanthropic organization. And it's really, a shout out to all the work we've done, our collaborations, my mentors like you, Jason, the projects that we do. The Black Arts Derby car was one of the biggest projects we did last year. So, TY driving it, Camo painting it, and letting me do a couple little hearts and a base coat for his superstar self. And, it's just like us continuing to do that work, continuing to make new connections and new communities, always through the lens of art, right? Something that I learned from you, and a couple of other of my mentors. And, we got this, it was so funny because we were like in a little bit of conflict locally about some stuff. And, it's like sometimes you just got to go get that road victory, that road win, Mm-hmm. Or, sometimes you could get really down in the grass or down in the weeds, really is weeds, with a lot of local stuff. And so, when some national recognition comes for your work, it just is it's something that keeps you going. It's something to let you know you're doing the right thing. So, we excited. That bread, we got a couple $1,000s, you dig? That bread does not go to me or my household. That's like part of the education piece with grants. People think grants are just like to wash money or you get all the money for one person. You have to do what you say you do all the time through your organization. So it's like we use some of that support for Derby. We use some of that support for public art. We use some of that support just to help artists that are in Pittsburgh, artists that are outside of Pittsburgh. And we want to just keep it going. We need all the support we can get at Boom Concepts. So then we can be in community with organizations like Most Wanted, organizations like StudioME, and artists like TY and Camo.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, shout out Jake. He was part of the team there, too.
Yeah, shout out Jake.
The young, I never met, what I'm saying? So y'all got the offensive coordinator just locked in the office, writing plays. So I never got a chance to meet Jake. But this season,
he's a good kid.
Like I said, I'm back on the road, so I'm excited to meet my man for sure.
That's our quarterback for sure.
Yeah, we're happy to have you back on the road, buddy. That's great recognition for all that hard work. Seriously, you've gone a long way from, these streets, the Hill District, and you created a national name for yourself and your program and your project. And that's something beautiful that Pittsburgh does. We give back, you know what I mean? We try to make sure everyone has an opportunity. If we have an opportunity, we like to share it,
And, we get to just grow with people. Like, I've been working with Camo now before my daughter was born. Which is like an amazing timestamp. And I've literally seen his practice go from I mean, he's huge, right? And he's just a huge personality. But it's just like the things that he was working on were literally this big, like children's shoes, right? And now he's doing huge murals down in Wynwood. So like to see someone's growth and, you know, to be able to support Boom. And it's like, yo, we've been in conflict. We've been in concert. We've been, you know, brothers. We've been versus each other. We've had collaborations, you know. So just like what we do at Boom Concepts is just really try to support the artists in all the different types of way. And with TY, you know, we have an opportunity to expand what we identify as an artist.
Right.
You know, it's like, what is his practice? My man was talking about practice earlier and being in the practice of driving and being in the practice of being in the derby. So just like
Staying
when you
in that rhythm.
right, staying in that rhythm. So just like TY has a new practice and we're able to identify him being a derby driver as his artistic practice. And that, you know, that's a growth point for us. So without even meeting this brother who's actually my neighbor, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I never would have met him, we would have never even thought of like driving or derby or rallying as an artistic practice. So, you know, we're always just trying to grow, do more, learn more, and help people see like what it means to be an artist in all the different ways.
It's true. I mean, these cars are like sculptures. Like, you know what I mean? You really are putting your heart and soul in it. You're thinking about it. It's art and science are investigative studies, so it's very much that. How do we make it better? It's investigative, but you know, that's just the angle that I see the world from. You know, I think it's interesting. I've because you can go really deep into it, and so.
Y'all see Jason just dropped, he got the MFA, but he don't never talk about it. And so, you know, he just be dropping these bars sometimes. He's like,
real quick.
Art and science. I'm like, go ahead, speak that MFA shit, dog. Spit that Chihuly shit, big bro.
When he really gets talking art, like it loses me. So like I'm not as educated as him.
Stop it. I want to know, I want to hear about, now that you've sponsored this team, I haven't heard any reactions from your perspective. Like, have you had a reaction? Has anyone reacted to it? Like, whenever the press release dropped, did anyone contact you, be like, what are you into?
Well, you know, it's like when you had the segment on the news, right? It was like Steeler off week, right? It was like the bye week, but they still have the same sports segment. And what comes up? Most Wanted in Garfield, us interview, and it's like aunties, uncles, because you know, people watching that segment, regardless if the Steelers is playing or not. You know what I mean? Like, it's bye week, we gonna tune in, and you know, for them to give the shout out, give a local crew that spot, it was just huge, and so you know that created a lot of excitement. And then you know, I've just had a lot of our contemporaries ask us about the ways in which we do public art. You know, and it's just like when I come from a street art background, you know what I mean? And so it's like we think of everything as temporary, you know? So it's like when we think about public art as a temporary experience, it doesn't need upkeep. It doesn't need repair. You don't have to worry about somebody buying the building or property values increasing on it. You know, the art car and the derby car and using that as a public art vehicle, literally, you know what I mean, fits in exactly what we do want to do with temporary public art. So it's like we don't have to worry about repainting it. We don't have to worry about repairing it. We don't have to worry about someone painting over it or the neighborhood doesn't like it, right? It's just like, so, you know, putting this on, and when we explain it like that to our colleagues, they're like, oh. I'm like, yeah, we on some other shit, right? We on some whole other artsy fartsy shit, right? And it's just like, that's because, you know, a lot of times visual arts can be a really solitary or individual experience, right? You think about the fan artist like being crazy or kind of wacky alone in the studio, and that's not what this is at all. You know what I mean? Like, this is community, this is brotherhood, this is fellowship, this is people learning new things, and it's a public art project. So, you know, we're just hitting a lot of different boxes, you know what I mean? And I think people appreciate that because it's relatable. You know what I mean? It's something that people can get with.
And for an art history reference, in the 70s it was called a happening, where everyone kind of came to the project. And then for more of that, it's a performance art. So people came to the happening, a performance art happened. Like, it's just, it is really how you want to see it, because there's no rules and there's no safety, and it's just everyone that's like-minded individuals coming together, and like there's a little piece for somebody to get involved. You know what I mean?
It don't hurt to have the 6 foot plus superstar and, everybody's homeboy from around the way. You know what I mean? So TY and Camo really making it easy for people to relate and get into it. You know what I mean? Because everybody here is from where they're from. So they're going to honestly talk about it. They're going to spread the word. And it's just like, when you got good people on the team, it just flow.
Well, even from where I'm from, I've never heard anyone say, like, man, I don't like TY. TY is just like a relatable person.
I hope no one would.
Right?
Oh, we'd be coming to their house.
I'm glad Jason said it.
Yeah, right. It's fun seeing this guy out here. Like, you can see his smile through his helmet. Like, while he's driving, that he's finally found something that really changes how he feels about everything in his life.
Oh, that's what's
And he's
up.
out there getting it in. These guys have been training him behind the scenes so he can be a good driver. And that way the young bucks can be like, I'm be like TY.
I don't know how I feel about the helmet still, though. But
Oh, is it no helmet sport?
oh no, no. You're supposed to normally wear more of a helmet.
I wear a football helmet.
Oh, the
Yeah.
football helmet is outside of regulation.
Nah, people, it's just more of a heftier football helmet, right?
I
It's
mean,
not
his
like-
is like the pro helmet. It's made for concussions, right?
yeah.
No, it worked. I tested it.
Yeah, like I done hit. I've been hit. It worked.
It's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, definitely better than
Better than
nothing,
that
sure.
open face helmet that you get out of the garage. That stars and bars one.
Yeah, well, like my helmets have been through the ringer so much that, like, they say, like, the motorbike and the dirt ones, like, once they take an impact, that foam in there actually is like separates and isn't as good. So my helmet's probably been bad for years.
Yeah.
Sound like we need a helmet sponsor.
Yep.
So
we
bad.
all need new helmets. I'll paint them all. That's how we'll do it.
there
We'll
you go.
collab.
And I'll just wear it. I'll just walk around and wear it for that performance art piece.
I make him do that at the airport. Ask him about it.
It's a thing we do whenever we pick up a derby driver at the airport. They have to be wearing their helmet out at the baggage check.
So they know where.
We're in Los
right.
Angeles, and I'm like, Jason, I can't find you unless you have your helmet on.
So that's our new way to haze each other.
Bring the helmet.
So you got to wear your helmet as soon as you walk outside the airport.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we cheat and just like set it on top of our head and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Like a
true.
visor or something.
But yeah, we definitely got to get TY a helmet. There has been people who want me to get you in a real helmet.
Yeah.
I let them borrow my helmet.
People don't want the football helmet to stop though.
Yeah, it's
I like the identity of it.
the football.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I said we could probably take the front of that
I'm about to say,
mask
we can
off and
make
just
them a-
screw it
yeah,
right to
football
it.
The only argument I have against them not liking it is they let the people wear the open face ones, and those to me are like even worse.
Yeah, that's how I have broken front teeth because I'm an idiot.
I don't like.
I smashed my face right off the 74 steering wheel and I spit my teeth out in my hand and I put it down on the transmission cooler as if I wasn't in a derby. And then bam, it gets hit and there goes my teeth out of the car. I'm like, you're dumb.
We need a
You're so
GoPro in
dumb.
your
Why
car
didn't
for
you put
this.
your teeth in your pocket? You know what I mean?
Why
No.
don't you put your teeth in your
In
pocket?
your pocket.
So yeah, then I got fake teeth and then I open helmet second year broke my fake tooth. So twice. And now I wear full face. I was a young man then.
I mean, anything can happen because I wore full face and I got hit.
Mouth guard?
I've had
wa-
one, but
it
I've
wouldn't
never
hurt.
put it in.
Okay, cool.
It wouldn't hurt. But I got hit one time. I wasn't looking, and someone hit me right behind my driver's door. And the way it whipped my head, I have a scar up in here, and I hit the post. Like my head literally cocked sideways, and it went through my helmet and hit the post.
Oh wow.
Still won that derby. though.
That was a good idea.
Still won that derby though.
Yeah.
I had a bumper come through the car and rip my suit jacket off me. I was really scared that they took the flesh off my shoulder.
Oh, yeah, because you dress up, right?
Because when I win, I want to look real good
Yeah.
for that on-track interview.
What you rock? You got like a fit?
Not for real. The football helmet. That's it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I've been wearing a like army fatigue sweatshirt most days.
Fatigue drawing.
Oh, what's his name? Runs the full motocross suit. I'm really bad with names.
Shoke.
Yeah, Shoke.
Oh, Shoke wears the
Pac-Man.
motocross drawing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
hard.
That's
A
definitely
full
hard.
suit.
That's hard.
Yeah, it looks really good.
That's hard.
Like you-
We need some for the whole
Shout out
team.
to Shoke.
Yeah, we
right?
need some most wanted full suits.
That'd be crazy.
I'm too poor for that. That outfit has to be expensive.
Definitely.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen some on Amazon for like 160, but they go up to
That
like
sounds
1,500.
expensive.
So it's like,
Oh, if it's like flame retardant and all that
Yeah,
other shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
there's one piece and then there's
Well,
two
I mean,
piece.
it looks like he's about to go out on circuit riding dirt bikes.
oh,
it's pretty
yeah,
sweet.
it's cool. He's got a red one.
Y'all been in any like flames car type shit? The car blow up?
I've never had any
Yes.
crazy fires, but you do see them occasionally. But there's always fire department right around the track
Oh yeah.
at all times. Back in the old days, down by me, they used to make you actually carry a fire extinguisher in your car. But if there's a car, if my car's on fire, I'm getting the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah, you not.
Sorry, that cussing and stuff. I'm not trying to get that fire extinguisher out and put it out. I'm getting out of there.
I'm out. Y'all
Well,
got
that's
it.
interesting how the game evolves. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? How it evolves.
So that used to be a
I've
requirement.
been on fire twice. It sucks. Super scary.
That Suburban
like
caught
it.
fire pretty good, didn't it?
That's the one. That's
the
the
one.
one. It really,
Suburban on fire?
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that sounds
awesome.
horrible.
It was so much fire. Oh, so
Like the front, the back? Come on, story time.
So it's the transmission underneath my feet. So the fire came up
Yeah,
from
right
my
here.
feet up underneath my chin, like whoo, and then it came from the engine this way. So I was getting double vortex like over the hood because everything's stripped out of the car. So when you're in the car, like you can see the motor, and so the transmission split fluid all over the headers, which are the upright exhausts. Once that it starts a fire, so that fire runs all the way down and all the fluid it's already. So I had a transmission problem with blowing fluid everywhere.
Yeah, and the heavier classes, the trainees end up becoming a little bit of a problem because, like the MWFA class, we just literally run the car stock. Once you start getting into once you see the heavier builds, they end up using like pressure and geometry and physics to try and keep the car stronger. So they're putting pressure on their drive line, and a lot of trainees get broken, and that fluid just goes up. And you'll see like a flash fire a lot of the times out of them.
It's
Hey,
like
yo.
instant.
A Suburban on fire 2 ways sounds like some fucking Addams Family, Uncle Fester, fucking shit.
XXX.
Yeah, XXXXX, yeah.
It's memorable.
It would have made a good TikTok.
Right?
It's in my book.
It's in your
It's
book.
my last page of my book.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
This is, we need the GoPros on them helmets, dog.
Yeah, we do.
'Cause
We got away from those. Everyone used to have them like forever,
I
but
have
now
one. I
like just no one really gets around to putting
Yeah, I
them up.
don't end up putting it on.
You don't end up
I got a
putting it
video.
on.
I broke this finger in a derby once. This one, I can like straighten it, but it chills like this now.
Oh, man.
Oh, it don't come down.
I can straighten it, but
Yeah.
like I said, it just stays like. Oh, when I broke it, it like laid all the way over. It's gross.
That's amazing.
I have that on GoPro actually.
Did you win that one too?
Yes, I
Yup.
did.
Hey, yo,
Yes, I
he's a
did.
beast. Man's a beast.
Farmington, PA, like 2014 or 15.
Congratulations. You're a beast.
I get lucky. sometimes.
Wow.
Please. Right?
Right? Yeah, just
Like, was your
always
was
winning.
your so it's like a legacy thing. Was your pops a winner too?
He did pretty good. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
That's popping.
Like we were
hard.
talking earlier about like that adrenaline though in the car. When I broke this finger, I didn't even notice it. Like, and it's pretty cool because you can watch the GoPro. After I broke it, my body knew it. I didn't. So like, I was using this part of my hand steering.
Didn't even.
Just
And
adjusting.
I get out of the car after the derby, and the official's like, "Is your hand okay?" And I look at it, and I'm like, "No."
Yeah, like, nope, not.
no way.
And I went
man.
down to Uniontown
I
Hospital,
can
and
feel
that's
it in
why
my-
I would just hate to
crooked.
look at it after all that time because you're like, oh, this instantly hurts. Like, you know what
Oh,
I mean?
dude.
It's like,
Oh,
Yeah, I can straighten it. It just rests like that now.
no way. It's tingling all the way in my feet, man.
Yeah, I'm a painter.
I'm over here like, ah!
I know. I'm a painter. I need all mobility of my digits and fingers.
You know, like, I mean, all of it.
I
Shit,
do.
so do you. What am I talking about? You
Yeah.
probably,
They
Right.
fixing cars. And
yeah, I was
doing,
about to
man,
say
they
fixing
fingers.
cars
Yeah.
and shit.
You know what? I look at TY a couple times a year, and I'm always like, I apologize ahead of time, buddy. If you ever were to get hurt, man, I'm so sorry.
That's why they make you sign a waiver.
Right. Well, you've come a long way.
Yeah.
From Illinois.
Right.
Yeah, Ty, you're a racer now. You know what I mean? You be on it.
Them stock cars, they have a lot more give because they're not all that extra weld and reinforcement. So they're a little bit softer.
I like them because that way it's over quick. No one gets hurt. There's not a lot of other fires. I mean, there could be a fire, but it's because somebody hooked up something silly.
I don't know, that Jeep he ran, they got bumper brackets to literally go from like the rear end to the rear bumper. That thing probably would never bent in the back.
No. That's what we're learning. The science of the most wanted class is what he's talking about. Is we're wrecking cars that have never been wrecked before.
Because that was like a 2010 Jeep something.
Oh, and they're like plastic. Most of these
yeah,
cars
but
is plastic now.
Well, there's different. Like there was a lot of what took him out the first Derby. There's a lot of aluminum up front that the old cars didn't have. So like the suspension parts and stuff. We're learning what's good and what's not in the new cars.
Yeah, we're learning a mid-size SUV is a pretty good vehicle to put your family in. So is that minivan. They're incredibly safe. We're learning about each and every class of car. We're out there wrecking family cars now.
I've made some minivans look unsafe though in my time.
Yeah. Well,
I like the Toyota Siennas.
Nice. Well, I mean, that's it. So, like, you ever want to know, like, what vehicle is Sauer? Give me some insider information. I'm going to buy a vehicle to put my 4 kids in.
Come on, bro.
Got you.
2 kids, bro.
Yeah, so what
we're not doing is doubling up over here. Don't wish that on me.
These manufacturers.
I would actually be upset for you. Like
oh, you really did that.
I'm like, okay, Kendall, all right.
Yeah, 2 children.
These manufacturers should be paying us, right?
Right.
Well, that's the thing, right? You know, it's like there's an interesting learning that's happening where you're talking about like, well, you created this new class, you know, in the circuit, and then you get all these new type of vehicles or machines that are coming in. So yeah, it's just always new learning, like new innovation, new learning. It's like really a breeding ground for innovation and new ways. Like here you are talking about the safety of family cars. You know what I mean? It's like it's an auxiliary piece of the conversation, but just the fact that okay, from this Derby thing, it's just like, oh, like I might buy this type of minivan because it'll be cool on the crash show.
Right.
Like, that's dope.
I can see it like in a Super Bowl commercial, like Toyota.
Right. Exactly.
That would actually be
there
sweet.
You go.
So
Crash
safe that even
Crash
Derby
in the
drivers
Derby.
use it.
Right? But wait, there's untested stuff. I want to see someone wreck a Mercedes, a Jaguar. Like, you know,
Jason ran that Prius.
I was
Who's
going to
done
say
a Tesla?
I was just let's get the
Let's get a
Tesla.
Tesla.
I want the X. That's the one I want.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
is that
wreck an
is
X.
that like the army
That's
truck?
not
it's got the
looking
wings
shit?
on it.
No, that's just
the
the normal
wings.
truck with the butterfly wings
I'm
on
too
it.
poor
Yeah,
for
yeah.
anything that says Tesla on it. So
Hey man, let's see. Tell Elon to shoot us one, dog. We'll let us crash it up. You already sent one in the one you sent in the space.
Just give it to us.
Just give it to us
we're gonna put that thing on
We'll take
autopilot and wreck it.
and wreck it.
Oh, that's it. It'll just sit still. It'll be like, it'll just vibrate. Like, I don't know what to do.
See the driver just sitting in there, feet up on the dash.
Yeah, that's the first
It's
thing.
whipping it. It's all hitting the back out going.
Now y'all know that the hometown cars would go smash that shit to bits if a Tesla can't pull
Oh,
it up.
yeah. They would everything in their power to run into that.
They're aiming for it. Like,
Wait.
I'm like, do you got to write code so it can keep driving? Like,
You have to program the Derby. Like
We're leaving that to Elon to figure
oh, yeah,
out.
we need a derby mode. That's it. It's got sport
Derby
mode,
mode.
Sport mode,
sand,
derby
ice,
mode.
derby.
next thing you know, it's just driving backwards
It
into
just
stuff,
never
like
shuts off.
pinning people.
Until
like
someone
it's-
like bootlegs it and downloads it into their daily driver, and then they're crashing stuff on the road.
I mean, have y'all had? I mean, that's not an alternative vehicle, but it's just like, have y'all had like an ambulance, a hearse? You know what I mean? Like things that are.
the hearses
Seen
have
the
definitely
hearses.
ran. It takes certain hearses because a lot of them are fiberglass actually. So like some promoters frown upon it because there's a lot of cleanup, debris. But some of the older hearses can be pretty tough. There was a couple down at Deadman. I don't know if you got to see them.
Yeah.
The show that you ran in the fall.
Yeah, no, I seen that.
Yeah, that dude took a hearse and shortened it. Right?
Chop the back.
Right in the middle. He made it short so the turning radius was. He turned it from
Yeah, because they're
this.
so long.
He
You get
shortened
20,
it was
30
probably
cars in the
super
arena,
strong.
you want to be as maneuverable as possible.
So he made his own Frankenstein car.
Them guys were all the way
That's
from
sweet.
North or South Carolina, weren't they? I believe so.
In Minnesota, they welded 2 front-wheel drive cars back to back. They cut the back seats out of each one of them and welded it together and called it a limo. And
Always
they ran
wanted
it
to
in
do
a
that.
limo class.
Oh, there's a limo. That was my next. There's a limo.
So it had 2
class.
steering
Yeah,
wheels.
but there's only a couple of them.
I don't
a
know
year.
how it worked, but they made it work. Yeah.
They had to have 2 drivers, I'm pretty sure.
That's
All right, so 2 drivers.
So it would drive frontwards at all
So if-
times, technically.
Well, no, this guy has to put it in reverse.
I'm like,
while
what's the
that guy
Yeah,
puts
politically
it in
if
correct?
not, you're fighting each other. It'd be hard. You'd have to communicate.
That's like conjoined
I'm
twins.
like, what's going on?
Yeah, we're going forward now, so I have to put mine in reverse. You put yours in
Oh,
forward.
and then we're going like that.
and like so, we have rear steering and front steering.
Hey, y'all are making Transformers, dog. I really think
Yeah.
this is how Transformers started.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different. There's a lot of different stuff. Like,
mad scientist.
he talked about the 2-man extreme class earlier, and in that class, you got a guy that just has a steering wheel, and everybody on the guy on the other side has the brake pedal, gas pedal, and shifter.
Oh, okay.
So you got one guy steering and one guy doing all the mechanical parts.
Yeah.
It's like what? Like it's like
So
it's a band of
it's
drivers.
outrageous.
That's great.
See, I would
Because
think
the
that
dude
would work
running the
better if
gas
someone
pedal
was
never
front and back
lets
somehow.
up.
I don't. Oh,
Because how can you? You don't.
That's
you don't
his
get the
only
steering
move.
wheel.
His only job
I've
is just
been
to stand
only
on
the
gas.
steering guy, and it is weird as hell because you're like, you just don't know what to do with your
Right?
legs.
Yeah, you're just like. Oh,
Well, I'm
just-
sitting there like trying to hit the pedals,
for
and
the
there's
pedals,
nothing
yeah.
there. It's
Oh, that's kind of like bumper cars. Like when you ride bumper cars with your kids, like you got
the
to be on
kids
the
just
pedal,
like-
and they just be like,
yeah, the kids
Yeah,
are
you-
sitting there.
yeah.
I was like, wait, I've done this before. I just was on the pedal
Well, I need to put like dummy pedals in there, like because I don't know what to do.
easier
With my
mind.
just to
legs.
give you.
I get all confused.
Like this car
You
isn't
won that one
stopping.
too.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't win the 2-man extreme that I ran.
first.
No, I've lost my fair share to get to where I win more.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Some of the other stuff you guys might be interested in is like those mutant vehicles at Burning Man. Are you familiar with those?
I haven't seen.
yeah,
I
I've
haven't
some of
seen
that.
too many, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they like blow fire and they're like they have to. They
They're
go
like Mad Max, like type of
Yes.
Mad Max type.
Is there
of,
derby
like,
at Burning Man?
I don't
No.
think so.
No,
See.
it's
No, that'd be
really
completely
regulated.
dangerous.
They have a DMV on site where you have to buy a permit for this
For your
crazy.
car or
So they have
whatever.
a mutant vehicle permit class at the DMV. So I want to go just so I could frame that thing. Like the time you got the wheat paste charge. Remember?
That
would've-
time I got caught by the cops in Astoria when I was with Jason. We was right around the corner from when Run DMC grew up, and I was putting up posters, and I was with my brother.
Oh, you
and
got flagged in New York.
yo, he just like tapped me on the shoulder type shit. And my brother disappeared. I think my brother's a hobbit, dog, because he did some magic shit. He like, whoosh, that motherfucker disappeared. But yeah, I got that thing framed on my wall now. I got a ticket in New York
for wheat pasting.
for doing street art.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. You know
That's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
job. This is a job well done.
That's,
But
that's
also, I
everything
think-
you've ever wanted, right?
It is one of the things I ever wanted, but I also like I had like I'm here with this Disney convention because we were at the Maker Faire, and so that's why I think I was like, I'm on a tour. I'm like touristing, dog. I'm being chill. And, you know what I mean? Played
I'm
it
not
up.
up. I'm not up.
Yeah, I'm not up. I'm being corporate for real. All right. And he was like, all right, wrote the ticket.
That was a pretty intense moment. But it also, because the dude you're describing, what came to me in that moment,
Oh, he appeared in front of you. Yeah, he like,
Yes, he
whoosh,
did.
okay, yeah.
he was about to swim literally across the
He about to
water
float across the water.
fucking,
Yeah, across the
Manhattan.
Hudson.
He was done. He was not going to be pulled over by the cops. Not in New York. No way. We're just
Dipped
making
on
art.
you.
No, he disappeared. No, I would never
So
say my
fast.
brother dipped. He poofed. No, like a la peanut butter sandwiches. A whoosh. I was when we got back home, like, damn, bro, you got to teach me how to disappear. He's like, I got you.
It really did. It was pretty cool.
But that, it's like that event, that space for adventure. It's like dangerous, but not too dangerous. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like you always been a good time for that, and I think that's what the derby card stuff does for people too. It's like, I know when you get back home, you know what I'm saying, back at the ranch, they be like, what are you doing in them cars, TY? Like, you got a helmet? Yeah, I got a helmet on. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We all got to hear somebody at home, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I think being an artist and, you know, being involved in different life experiences, right? It's just like, yo, you could have a little bit of danger to know you're alive. Some people like a little bit more danger, like their finger hanging across the rest of their digits. You know, some people like almost getting arrested. Some people like flame coming up in front of them. But it's just like, as long as you got your brothers, it's cool.
That's awesome.
Sure.
You mix it all together like Tommy Boy did. you get a little bit of all that at once.
Right?
They're called doctors.
A little too far. Next segment.
Nice. I think that went really well for that segment right there. But tell us a quick story, Camo, before to send us out, man.
I'll just tell the recent story about you know, Jason being like one of the best point guards I've ever seen. You know, like just not even on the court, but you know, I didn't have too many plans for Art Basel, you know, last year for 2022. I was just going to go down there and, you know, catch a whim, see what's going on. And, you know, Jason's, like, hitting me up. Like, he's real serious about, you know, his friends and what they do. And he's like, hey, bro, like, I'm talking you up down here to the people down in Wynwood Mural Fest, you know, like, they, you know, they're going to give you a wall. Like, we're going to make it happen, this, that, and third. So I'm waiting on this wall. Like, this is, like, actually, like, an impossible thing to do. Like, you can't just, like, talk somebody up that's not there, you know what I mean, and have them like come in on a chariot and paint, you know what I mean, like it's just not a thing. So Jason gets me this wall, and like I'm in Wynwood Mural Fest, which is like one of the bigger festivals of the year, you know, and it's not like just national, just like of the world. So I get down there and I'm on this Sixer wall, which is like a you know, the rookie wall, or the wall that you just, you know, you start on. And like Jason's like talking me up this whole time. Like I don't even know what he's saying at this point. You know what I mean? Like he's just going hard. He's being Jason. And like by the time I'm ready to paint, I'm on like this legendary wall, like in the center of this, like one wall going this way, one wall going this way. I'm like literally a centerpiece of like, you know, some of the biggest street art legends there are. You know what I mean? Shout out to, you know, Reds, Menace. I'm trying to like think of all the people down there because the wall was just like insane. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know that I would run into that many people, but you know, Jason made it happen, and like everything he said that was going to happen happened. And like I just think, to me, you know what I mean? Like I've never really seen or had like, you know, someone really point guard for you, like, you know what I mean, down to like calling the play and throwing the oop and like making sure you can get the ball. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you'll get opportunities or somebody point guard for you and it might be a little bit difficult to obtain, but no, he put it right there and like it was just an easy play. So I think that's a dope story that I liked. And we also had a blast down there. You know, they sold some paintings, he sold some sculptures. So you know, I thought that was like just a successful Art Basel for the team. And you know, Jason really point guarded the shit out of it, you know.
You did a really good job because they gave you the hardest wall, man.
Yeah,
they gave you a metal door.
Yeah, they gave you a
metal door,
corrugated metal with
a
loading
dock.
Yeah,
they got you a lift stuck. Like they may have gave you the hot spot, but they gave you the hardest.
Yeah, like my lift wouldn't like go up. The scissor lift wouldn't go up because it was like slanted, and scissor lifts are super sensitive when it comes to like any type of leverage difference. So it was interesting, you know what I mean? There was a couple of days where I was out there till like, 4 or 5 a.m., but, it built a lot of character in my work and like helped, shift out like and make out, where I am today, So it was a process that was needed, you know what I mean, from start to finish for sure.
And you did the most Pittsburgh thing you could do when you got the golden opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You painted family.
Yep, I painted my godson up there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Baby 3, Brown Hart III. Painted my godson up there, and shouted him out, gave him his gold chain, his Cuban, his Miami Cuban down there. So, I'm really about legacy, but like you said, like just local legacy, you know what I mean? Family legacy. Like I really want to make sure that Pittsburgh is put on for multiple things other than the Steelers. So, that's very important to me.
I think you were side by side with Adolph.
Yeah,
RIP
with Dolph,
mural.
shout out to Menace, Menace and his wife, they killed it, and that Dolph piece actually was like, like a centerpiece, like a very popular, part of that actual mural fest. So it ended up we had like one of the hotter walls in the fest, you know what I mean? Like, especially with like how many hitters were down there, like we really had like one of the hottest walls, one of the most reviewed walls. Like even to this day, I'll get like followings or, people talking about that specific wall, asking me, who's this child, like this, that, there. I'm like, it's my godson. They're like, oh, that's super dope. You know what I mean? So,
Good job.
For sure.
I can't do any better for you, buddy. It's from this point on.
Oh no, I'm about to say I think that was
you
what I mean.
Maxed out the most.
I think that was it. Like it really doesn't get any better than that. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what's the coolest part about it is to like, take that type of risk on my name and then like return the favor and like complete the risk. So like don't worry about it. We'll go down there and kill it this year.
That's what I'm saying. You actually are doing more for us. We going as a squad this year officially. So
right.
That's more. That's more that you can. You're consistent, dog. It's like people be looking for. What more can I get from you? What more can I get? The bigger thing, the next bigger thing. I just want someone to be showing up, dog.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to just have a beer with me down there, I'm with that. You know what I mean? Like we already know that we're going down there. Or like, we have our own ventures. Like even you've always been like that, very consistent and persistent on it. Like even with the cars and Atomic and like me just hopping out of an Uber and seeing you like, oh, snap, it's Jay. You know what I mean? Like you've always been like, hey, you want to get down on this car? So, it's the extension of your heart is just appreciated. It's not even about like the opportunity or the work,
Thanks, man.
No problem.
I thought for sure this story was going to end up with Jason actually balling, and I'm like, no way his shoulder's handling that.
No, it's cool. Like, I've been down there, I don't want to say load woofing. I've had my pack with me. But, like, we got the Derby car. It's always there. We can really post up and create opportunity from that car and just radiate from that. And, like, and it gives you guys something to look forward to once a year that we can be like, together, let's grow as a national presence.
I look forward to seeing. I think that show brings out the best in Kai.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Kai.
Shout out to Kai. That's a really good point. Like you got to see Kai like very in a star-studded manner, and like I think that's good for him. Like and it looks very good on him.
I came this close to like telling him just bring that art home. I'm gonna buy one of them, but then.
Well, he'd love that. Yep, and salute my man Sean, who I go with every year, and Carrie to put us.
Yeah, Sean's exhibition was dope as well. You know what I mean? Like it was like y'all put on a great show. Like I had a fun time, even though I wasn't in it. Like just going to the wall, I would just come in there and just be fully covered in paint just to come check y'all out and see what was going on, check out the vibe. So like y'all did a grand job. You know what I mean? It looked very well.
Well, thanks. All right, that's it. Good one. Cash on the Hood. Please like and subscribe. Yo, Brian, you did really great over there. 256 episodes of Cinema Psychos. You can check him out on any and all streaming platforms. Check out GarageCast, Revved Up GarageCast with Steven Sickles, Boom Concepts, Camo Customs, TY Project 53rd. I hope I hit everybody up. I love you guys. You'll see us out on the track this season. And thanks for listening.
The show.
Cheer.